Good luck.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün İngiltere'nin ve dünyanın en iyilerinden University of Surrey'de eğitim ve burs olanaklarını Annie ve Emma'dan dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Annie, the stage is yours now.
Thank you so much, Zeynep. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name's Annie, and I'm joined by my colleague Emma, and we are from the University of Surrey. So we're a university based in the UK, just over 30 minutes from London. Today, we'll be delivering a short presentation with a chance for you to watch a couple of videos and ask any questions that you may have. So at any time, please do make the most of the question box facility so that we can answer your queries either during or after the presentation. So without further ado, I'm just going to start sharing my presentation, and then we will get started. If there's anything I say which you don't understand or you'd like more details on, please do just ask in the question box. Okay, fantastic. So hopefully everyone can see my screen at the moment. So what we're going to be covering today is a little bit about our campus, also some updates particularly relating to how we've responded in recent months, the study options that you have, so our range of courses, and also the additional opportunities that we offer at the University of Surrey. Also about our careers and employability, something which we're really proud of at Surrey, and our life outside the classroom, all of the fun activities that you can get involved with when you're not working hard in the library. So I mentioned we're very close to London, so the blue dot on your screen at the moment is whereabouts we are based, and that's in the town of Guildford, and the large area where we're based is called Surrey, hence the name, the University of Surrey. It's just over 30 minutes by train to London, and it's pretty much in the middle between London Heathrow and London Gatwick Airport. So when it comes to travelling internationally, we're very well placed, and we also have excellent public transport links to allow you to visit other places in the UK easily. So we have two main campuses at the university. So a campus is essentially a small student village whereby you can live, learn, study, socialise all in this same place. You'll see on our screen at the moment, we have a nice green campus, and we're going to have a look around this shortly. But the great thing to note is that it's very close to the town centre too. So all of the shops, the bars, the restaurants in the town centre of Guildford are just a 10-minute walk away from the campus. And you'll see there's a bus route on the screen at the moment, and that conveniently takes us over to our Manor Park campus. So this is the slightly newer campus, only a 10 to 15-minute walk away from the Stag Hill campus. We have lots more lovely new accommodation on this campus, as well as our sports park, and our School of Veterinary Medicine and Health Sciences are based near here too. And then conveniently, we have a supermarket in between the two campuses, so that when it comes to your weekly grocery shop, it's nice and easy for you to be able to get hold of any food supplies that you need. So without further ado, I'm going to show you a campus tour video. Now, I do apologise that you're hearing from me a lot today. I was previously a student at Surrey, and this is filmed during my time here when I was showing on a nice sunny day, showing you around the campus. So if you have any questions about anything mentioned on the film, please do just ask, but I'm now going to start playing this video. It's just a few minutes long.
Hi, my name's Annie. There's loads to see, so let's get started. Welcome to the University of Surrey Library. The library is spread over 5 floors. It's open 24/7, and there's a variety of different study spaces. For example, group study rooms, which you can hire out, or silent study, if that's what would interest you more. Our Centre for Wellbeing offers free, confidential, one-to-one support on campus. So when you're feeling a little bit low or perhaps stressed with exams, you can come and make an appointment to see one of our nurses or mental health professionals at the Centre for Wellbeing. They also run workshops in addition to counselling appointments, and these cover a range of topics throughout the year. On their social media, they also post lots of tips to help make you feel as welcome and well integrated, particularly during your transition to university. We're now visiting some student accommodation. The majority of our first years opt to live on campus in our thousands of rooms across the campuses that we have. All of the accommodation is self-catered. However, you can choose different bands of accommodations. For example, whether you'd like to share a room, have a shared bathroom, or perhaps the ensuite facility, there'll be a room that's right for you. Welcome to the Students' Union. The Students' Union is run by some of our current students who are elected into VP or presidential roles. They organise events, be it day trips, or at Rubik's, our nightclub, which is open every Wednesday and Friday in semester time. Here we have Patfield. Why is it called Patfield? Well, it's named after our Performing Arts and Technology studio, home to all of our music students here at Surrey. Secondly, we have our Innovation for Health building. This is predominantly home to bioscience students, and we have only 200-seat labs in the UK, meaning there are state-of-the-art facilities as well as individual group working pods and computer labs available for you. Welcome to our piazza. This is also home to the Surrey Business School. Inside, we have our lakeside restaurant and coffee shop. If ever you have friends or family visiting, this is the ideal place to take them for lunch and also to grab a coffee before those 9 AM lectures perhaps. It's also home to our School of Hospitality and Tourism Management. Also on the A2 Piazza are our main university bus stops. The university operates a bus service which goes from the Stag Hill to our Manor Park campus and also into the town centre. Behind us, we have the cathedral. This is where you would be having your graduation ceremony. Just in front of the cathedral, we have our Waits House student bar on campus. This is a great place to go for a drink after lectures with friends. Welcome to our My Surrey Hive. In addition to our academic hives for each of our 3 faculties, the My Surrey Hive is a place to come to for any queries you might have relating to non-academic matters. It's a one-stop shop for student support. We are now at Surrey Sports Park, home of Team Surrey. Students can purchase a discounted student membership for the Olympic-sized swimming pool, the climbing wall, the state-of-the-art gym, and it's also home of where all our sports clubs train and even compete in bucks or varsity. Yorkeys Bridge is the main entrance and exit to our campus if you are approaching from Guildford Town Centre. The train station and all of the shops, restaurants and bars at Guildford are only a 10-minute walk away from the bridge. You simply leave campus by the bridge, turn right, and you'll be at the town centre in a matter of minutes. Thank you so much for joining us on the campus tour today. We hope you found it useful and have been able to picture yourself here in the coming months or years ahead.
So thank you all so much for watching that. Apologies for having to listen to me twice today. So as I mentioned on the video, there's lots to get involved with in Guildford. It provides some fantastic part-time work opportunities for any of you who might be looking to have a student job whilst completing your degree with us. And that could be at some of the cultural venues perhaps, or it might just be somewhere you want to go and enjoy on the evenings, the weekends, and I would definitely recommend having a look at our regular food and farmers market that we have on the High Street of Guildford. So I'm now going to come to some important updates relating to currently what's happening at the university. So for just over a year now, we've been teaching according to our hybrid teaching model. So this is where we've combined the fantastic use of online and digital resources to combine with the traditional face-to-face elements of teaching, which we believe is so important. So the majority of courses are combining online either live streams or recorded content with that face-to-face element for practical sessions, for smaller group seminars, and the assessments have all been delivered online as well. So if students are unable to attend or due to travel restrictions haven't been able to join us, they've still been able to complete those really important assessments. And of course, you know, safety is absolutely paramount to everything that we do. So we've introduced a range of safety measures, from lots of sanitisation stations to regular testing on campus to social distancing measures as well. And if you'd like to find out more about any of this, please do go onto our website. We have a dedicated section to coronavirus, to our response, and particularly to advice for prospective students such as yourselves. And we recognise that the pandemic has had an impact across the world, and things such as taking English language exams has become more difficult. So for that reason, we are accepting the following online English tests, either for this September or for February 2022 entry. So that's IELTS Indicator, Duolingo, or the TOEFL IBT Special at Home edition. And if you would like any more information about particular requirements, you can find that all on our website. So the study options, well, at the University of Surrey, we are split into three main faculties, so three main larger schools. So this is Arts and Social Sciences, Engineering and Physical Sciences, and Health and Medical Sciences, rather. So this is just a broad overview. You'll see we offer so many different programs here at Surrey. For some of them, it may be possible to combine two, particularly if you're looking at undergraduate level, whereas for postgraduate, it would only ever be a single discipline that you would be able to study. And again, the particular entry requirements and the module information, the module content, which is so important when it comes to deciding which is the right university course for you, can all be found on our website as well. So what are some example entry requirements? Well, as I say, we offer lots of different programs and level of study. So to start off with, let's have a look at our undergraduate requirements. So typically, in the final year of your lycée, we would be looking for between 70 to 80%, but we accept a wide range of other qualifications too. So if you're following the American system, IB or A-levels, again, we would be happy to consider any of those, and potentially even a combination of qualifications too. If you're applying for an undergraduate course but you don't quite meet these entry requirements, say your A-levels are just slightly lower than what we would typically be looking for direct entry, then we have a UK foundation year, which is still very much open to Turkish applicants, but it's for those students who have taken the necessary qualification but just haven't quite met the entry requirements that we're looking for. And we also have an additional international year 2 run by our Surrey International Study Centre, that's the SISC foundation year. And particularly if any of you are worried about the level of English language, the SISC foundation year may be a great option for you. But then coming on to postgraduate entry requirements, well, we would normally look for an undergraduate degree, and any additional work experience that you have would always help to strengthen your application. Normally, if you have a GPA, we'd be looking for between 2.6 to 3 in a GPA, and that would normally need to be in a relevant subject area. So if you're applying for an electronic engineering master's, we would be looking for your undergraduate to be heavily related to that and have significant content to best prepare you for the master's level of study. And of course, if you've already completed a degree in the UK, then we would be very happy to consider that as well. For our postgraduate courses, we run 2 intakes. So as well as the September-October 2021, so later this year, we are hoping to be offering a February 2022 entry. Applications for that aren't yet open, but we'll have a lot more details on that in the next couple of months. So I mentioned earlier about the level of English language that we require. So we do set a minimum English language requirement, and that at the moment could be met through things such as the Duolingo exam or the IELTS indicator. Now, if any of you take those exams and don't quite meet our requirements and would benefit from additional English tuition in order to then be able to join us for your degree course, we offer pre-sessional courses over the summer, 12, 8 and 5 weeks, depending on how close you are to meeting the requirements. The further away you are from the school, the longer the pre-sessional course that you would need to take. And we have more information about these on our website too. So there are some additional study opportunities that as both undergraduate and postgraduate students you would be able to get involved with at the university. These could be professional training placements, and that could be either in the UK or overseas. And that's also linked to our study abroad opportunities. So for some undergraduate programs, we have partner universities. In fact, we have over 80 partner universities worldwide, whereby you could study for either a semester or a year abroad as part of your program. And sometimes that could be combined with that professional training year. So you may wish to study abroad for a semester and then work for the following semester to gain some great experience for your CV. And lastly, the Global Graduate Award. We have Global Graduate Awards in different programs. So we offer a Global Graduate Award in languages, whereby you can learn a language for free for a couple of hours each week. And you would take an exam at the end of your year's tuition. And if successful, that would then be recognised on your transcript. And we offer 11 different languages, most of the major European languages, but also Korean, Japanese, British Sign Language, to name only a few. We also have Global Graduate Awards in employability and sustainability, because we believe that these are two really key, important areas, and we want to offer you the resources to build on those skills during your time with us. So coming on nicely now to careers and employability. So the professional training year that I mentioned would typically be a year in duration, or you may wish to combine 2 6-month placements perhaps. The fee, if you're taking this as part of your undergraduate course, would be £1,850 for that placement year. So you don't pay the standard tuition fee for that year, it's heavily subsidised. And as I mentioned earlier, it could be in the UK or it could be overseas. If you were looking to work abroad, then we have international student support advisors at the university who can help you with things such as the visa requirements and implications that would be necessary. And you have one-to-one support from the very beginning when it comes to your professional training, your placement year, not just in terms of finding the opportunities, but then once you're actually on your placement year, someone from the university will remain in regular contact with you and would come and visit you on that placement year to check how you're getting on. And these are just some of the many companies that we partner with. We have over 2,300 active placement partnerships at the moment, and we're always looking to grow that to be able to offer you the best possible experience. And we've been named the best university placement service for the 3rd year in a row now, which we're incredibly proud of, and it's thanks to the wonderful careers advisors that we have here at the university. So in terms of the numbers of students who do professional training year, this is a question that we get very often. Well, it really does vary depending on the specific course that you're looking at. But what we can say is that those students who go on a placement have fantastic employability prospects. Indeed, of the students who go on a placement year, 40%, so 4 in 10 of those students, actually then receive a graduate job offer with that same placement year company. For other students, it's a great insight into a career that they might have previously been considering. But after the placement year, they may decide that they wish to pursue another avenue, and having that year's experience either with a small startup or a bigger name, familiar name organization really helps to renew your interest and best align your career paths. But we also offer placement options on some of our postgraduate programs as well. So the structure for an undergraduate course is that you'd study for 2 years, go on placement for a year, and then return for a 4th and final year of your study. For any of you on a postgraduate course, you would study full-time for 1 year, and then you would go on a placement year. So for any of these courses that are currently appearing on your screen, they offer a placement year. So as I say, that's when you would study for the 1 year, then you would go on a placement and you'd have the same access and level of support that's available to undergraduate students on placement. And it would be after that program that you may complete a final dissertation, consultancy projects, and that would be the end of your degree. So it would be 2 years in duration. And the career support is available to all students at Surrey, regardless of whether or not you complete a placement year. And that is applicable to both part-time jobs, summer internships, placements, and graduate jobs, of course. And the career support is available not only during your time here as a student, but after you graduate as well. So we offer lifetime access to our online careers resources, and the one-to-one tailored advice you get, such as mock interviews or having a careers advisor assess your CV or cover letter, lasts for 3 years after graduating as well. And we have an online portal called Surrey Pathfinder, which really helps when it comes to looking for jobs, finding out about different opportunities, and even signing up to careers events where employers might come onto the campus to run a workshop specifically for Surrey students. And lastly, but no means least, life outside the classroom. Well, this is a really important aspect. So we're going to cover things such as accommodation, but also all of the fantastic sports clubs and societies that you can get involved with. So as a new student at Surrey, either foundation, undergraduate, postgraduate level, you would be guaranteed a room on our campus, and that's split across 2 sites. So Stag Hill and Manor Park that we mentioned earlier on, but also Hazel Farm, which is quite close by, and that's just accommodation there that we offer. So the rooms that we offer, we have over 6,000 rooms available, and 4,000 of those rooms are en suite, but they vary depending on the price and the different facilities that you're looking for in the room. So very shortly we're going to be playing a short video for you which helps to summarise what it's like to live in accommodation at Surrey. And something that's worth noting is that if you're an undergraduate student, you'd be guaranteed that accommodation for the first year, and then we could support you with looking for accommodation off campus if you'd like to, or there's even the option to reapply and remain on campus throughout the duration of your studies. It's just that we can't absolutely guarantee that, as it would depend on demand and availability. So without further ado, let's hear about the experience of some of our current students who have lived on campus.
So without further ado, welcome to Basketball. Let's go.
So just a quick tour around the room.
One thing that is really awesome is just like how much space we have.
So here we have the desk, which is really big, so it's really easy to get organized. I spend a lot of my time studying here. Next, we come to a closet.
So we have a bunch of room for like clothes and stuff.
And then there's also a lot of space under the bed. And then you get a board. It's very, very big as well, where you can stick up any notes that you need.
Your kind of photos and make you feel a little bit less homesick.
I live in a band room, and that means that I have my own bathroom.
And we have a sink and toilet and the shower right here.
It's also shared bathroom
Because it's fancy.
We have 3 bathrooms and 3 separate showers.
This sounds horrible, but it's actually not bad at all. Carrot is carrot.
I've never waited for the shower or the toilet. These get cleaned every other day, and the toilet paper gets replenished.
I don't know about anybody else, but this is a very good one. We usually get all our stuff from Tesco, which is 15 minutes away, but they also do home delivery. Because all of the accommodation here at Surrey is self-catered, I definitely learned how to cook.
We have a big kitchen because it's 14 of us.
Like, she may think it would be like a hassle if you had 14 people. What if everyone's using it all at once? Trust me, it'll be fine.
And I think the kitchen is kind of the center of almost every flat. Because this is where creatives are held, this is where you cook, this is where, when everyone's just chilling.
Like any accommodation kitchen, you can see there's a lot of stuff everywhere. That's pretty common.
We've got 2 ovens and 8 hobs.
There is a toaster, a kettle, and a microwave.
Everybody kind of gets their own cupboards.
And if you do need more space, you can use up there. The freezer, you just have your designated drawer, and it's the same thing for the fridge.
These kitchens are also cleaned like every other day.
One thing that I really liked about this accommodation is how convenient it is to just walk anywhere. It's like really central to campus.
We're 30 seconds from the library. We're 30 seconds from the Simply Fresh, which is like our on-site convenience store, from the post office. We're about a minute from the laundrette, and I'm about 2 minutes away from any of my lectures. So it's just so nice in first year to be fully immersed in that campus experience.
So to get into the laundry, just take the student card, tap it onto there, and we head inside.
I like living on Manor Park because I can like have the uni and the chill like separate, so I can come to uni, do all that, and then come home and just like have a chill away from uni. It's quite nice to like do a little bit of the walk and everything.
I love the distance, I love the space. I think that being away from the central Stag Hill is that it's also going to work and you can kind of come back, have some space, get out of the way. I really enjoy it here.
We have a lot of areas where you can choose to hang out with your friends on the campus. Sometimes you choose to socialize at the reception, where there's also a pool table, which is really cool. We also have TVs there.
I think when student hearts at the moment, it's all many spaces on Manor Park. There's loads on campus as well.
There is the bus stop right in front of my building, but most of the times I actually like to walk.
I'd say bring a bike. It's so much cheaper than having to go around by bus. It's so fast, it's so easy, it keeps you fit. And also Surrey in itself is a really nice place to go and cycle around.
There's a lot of support readily available around the area, such as the campus court wardens, who ensure that everything's safe.
The university international students has a decent reach program, and it was so helpful because they actually met me at the airport.
We had helpers called the Student Angels. They were very, very helpful and welcoming.
You feel absolutely secure here. The front door has a locking system that you actually need your university card to enter, and security patrols are held 24/7.
We, the student mentors, are a really good part of the university. They come around and check up on you once a week. So we've got a good group of people with a good structure to support you and make yourself feel settled in the university.
I will admit, it was pretty difficult moving here from Canada, but I was able to meet a lot of my friends that I'm still very close to now. And that really helped me in the transition and seeing it as a home, because I definitely do.
Yes, you're a bit nervous, but once you get in, you settle yourself down. I mean, I wasn't the most social. People get to know people, get to know your flat, and make new friends.
Nobody knew anybody when they came first. So that was like quite nice just to be with people.
Yeah. Living alone without my family, without people who will fight me was quite scary, obviously, but because of how welcoming the university was, it actually wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. It was actually pretty good, and I really enjoyed every moment that I've been in here in halls.
Brilliant. So we hope you enjoyed that snapshot into the accommodation that we have to offer here at Surrey. And hopefully you picked up on the support element that we mentioned in the video. That's something that we take very seriously here at the university. We want to make sure that there's always support services that you can access. So we not only have our 24-hour warden security team, but we have the chaplaincy supporting 11 different faiths here at the university. We also have our My Surrey Hive, the one-stop shop that you've seen on a couple of the videos now, the Centre for Wellbeing, who offer counselling services, and you'll have a personal tutor. So this will be an academic, normally an academic who will teach you during the first year at some point, and they will help to monitor not only your academic progress, but be able to refer you to any additional pastoral care support services that you might need. And they can help with things such as advising over module selection, which becomes increasingly important in the second semester of your master's or the second and third year of your degree, if you're undergraduate. But of course, it's not all about studying and just living in accommodation. There's lots of different things that you can get involved with when it comes to clubs and societies. So we offer over 150 different sports clubs and societies here at the university. And these are all run by our Students' Union. So the mission of the Students' Union is to ensure that you have the best student experience possible. Their main focus is student life, allowing you to get involved with so many different things, from running events, perhaps to other towns and cities in the UK, to also, making sure that there's support and funding available for things like the sports clubs and societies. And the sports clubs and societies are a great opportunity to try out something new. So you don't have to be an Olympic athlete or proficient in any of the skills that you're looking to train and perfect here at the university. It's a chance to try something new, and it's something that we can't recommend highly enough. So our Surrey Sports Park on the Manor Park campus has some fantastic facilities. And again, whether you're a complete beginner or absolutely love sports and train several times a week, that the facilities here will accommodate everyone. So we have our state-of-the-art gym, we also have our 50-meter swimming pool, lots of outdoor all-weather pitches, and a climbing centre too. And if you do choose to join any of our sports clubs under the Team Surrey brand, then it's highly likely that you would be coming here once, maybe twice, or even 3 times a week for your training sessions. And ultimately, for any of your home competitions that take place at Surrey, these will be held over at the sports park. So we hope that you've enjoyed this short presentation to cover all of the different opportunities that are available here at the University of Surrey. Please do keep typing your questions into the chat. I'm going to have a look at those shortly and try to answer those as best we can. You can contact myself, my colleague Emma, either via email, and the best email address to use is just international@surrey.ac.uk. We also have a live chat available as well, and this normally pops up when you're on a lot of the pages on our website. And you can access that in the afternoons and in the evenings, Monday to Friday. So all that remains from me is a massive thank you to listening throughout my presentation. Please do get in touch, and we hope that you found it useful. So let me go back on to this now and stop sharing my screen. Okay, fantastic. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm just going to have a look at the question box now and see which questions have been submitted and see if there's anything that we can help with. Okay, fantastic. So we've had a couple of questions about entry requirements and about how that relates, particularly for undergraduate applicants, whether or not it's found necessary to do the foundation year. So as Emma said, if you're completing your lycée or other international equivalents, it's more than likely that you'd be able to apply for direct entry, apply via UCAS. But if you're completing the American high school diploma, you would instead need to consider the international foundation year as well. And we also had a question when it comes to undergraduate studies about whether or not international students can apply for internships. Absolutely. So for both undergraduate or postgraduate programs, you would have the option to apply for the placement year option. Now, for undergraduate students, the entry requirements are exactly the same as to whether or not you complete the placement year or not. And for that reason, we would say always apply for the placement year initially, because it's very easy to change your mind if you decide that you would like to progress to your final year slightly sooner. If you don't see an internship that's exactly what you're looking for, then it's very flexible. It's always easiest to have the option there and then to decide to remove it if you so wish. And similarly for postgraduate options, where we offer a placement year, we would again definitely encourage you to apply for the option. The only thing that you need to watch out for there is that sometimes the English language requirements are just slightly higher. So if you're taking, for example, the IELTS indicator, you might need 0.5 higher, but that's really clearly displayed on our website. So please do have a look for that. And if the internship is something that interests you, then make sure that you apply and you would receive information on the types of job opportunities from your very first week at Surrey. And of course, if you're looking to do other internships, not part as a formal placement year, then our careers service can support you with that. And as an international student, you would also be able to apply for part-time work. So during term time, you can work for up to 20 hours per week on your visa, but we wouldn't encourage that amount. It would be a very large commitment, and we wouldn't want it to detract from your studies. But certainly for a few hours a week, there are some great options on the campus or in the town centre of Guildford, as we mentioned earlier. But then when it comes to that placement year, your visa would be adapted to allow you to work full-time hours for that placement year. Okay, fantastic. So let's see what other questions we've had. Thank you so much for all getting in touch. It's brilliant to see the range of questions that we've had. Okay, fantastic. So we've had a question about scholarship opportunities for postgraduate programs. So for postgraduate students who are looking to self-fund their studies, if you're applying from Turkey, it's highly likely that you would be eligible for £2,500 tuition fee discount in your first year. And this is an automatic award, so we would automatically identify anyone who's eligible. There's no need to complete any additional paperwork at all, and so that would all be done after you've hopefully received an offer for your programme. And in a similar vein to that, we've had a question about how long the application process takes. So applications for undergraduate and postgraduate programmes that are starting this September are still open. However, we would always encourage you to apply as soon as possible, because that gives you the maximum amount of time to provide any additional documents that you might need, such as whether that's needing to take an English language exam, or whether that's just needing the final copy of your degree transcript or certificate if you've recently graduated in the last couple of years. And also it then gives you the best chance of being able to meet all of the deadlines when it comes to things such as accommodation. So as we mentioned in the presentation, all new Surrey students are guaranteed a room on campus for the first year, provided you meet certain deadlines. Now, we still have plenty of time before we reach any of those deadlines. The first deadline that you would have is in July, but just in order to give yourself the maximum amount of time, we would always say, please do get in touch, make that application nice and early. And if you've already made an application to Surrey and you want to amend anything, such as to add in the placement year, that's something that we can always do for you. You just need to drop us an email, so you can get in touch with Emma or myself via email, and we can look into that for you and show you how to go about amending that. So yes, a rough estimate, I guess, on the application process is that we would always hope that you would hear something back within 4 to 8 weeks. But for some courses, and depending on the time of year, it may be that you hear much quicker. Other times it may be slightly longer. But what would happen is, after you've applied, you'd be able to track any updates on your application through an online portal. This is where we would request additional documents, for example, and ultimately where hopefully you will be able to download your offer letter when the time comes. But we're here to help in the meantime, so please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. And we've just had a question about the application fee. So if you're applying for postgraduate programs, there is not an application fee. It's free to apply via our website, and you can apply to more than one course. So say, for example, you were considering both the translation and the translation and interpreting MA, but you didn't know exactly which one to apply for at this stage. You're very welcome to apply for both, and you can upload the majority of the time the same documents for both of those applications too. They would be treated as two separate applications, so sometimes if you need to take additional tests, an aptitude test, for example, which isn't the case for the vast majority of our programs, and then just bear that in mind. But as I say, for postgraduate programs, either master's or PhD level, there isn't a fee associated with that. It's only for undergraduate programs, if you're applying through the UCAS system, where there would be an associated fee, and the exact fee would depend on whether you apply to just one, or there's the option to have up to 5 university choices. And that's something that you would still be able to do over the next couple of months. Okay, so a great question about pre-sessional English language courses. So yes, we have pre-sessional English language courses at the University of Surrey. The important thing to note here is that you must have applied to one of our degree programs first. So you would need to be holding a current offer for one of our degree programs before you then decide to apply for the pre-sessional course. But once you've done that, if you have an English language condition attached to the offer for your degree program, then you're most certainly welcome to apply for the pre-sessional courses. Okay, and a question regarding some of the courses that we offer. So every year we review the different courses that are on offer, and depending on demand, depending on our academic teaching commitments. And for this reason, unfortunately, it's not possible to run every single course each year, but we always aim to give you as much notice for that as possible. Having said that, it also then allows some great opportunities to be able to introduce some new courses as well. So, for example, in our School of Literature and Languages, last year we recently launched a new program called International Business Communication and Marketing. So whilst that doesn't have the same focus on teaching, it may well be something that interests you if you're interested in communication, particularly applying that within a business setting. And if you'd like any more specific advice over your circumstances, your requirements, what courses you would be best qualified for, then again, please don't hesitate to reach out to my colleague Emma, who's really, really helpful and happy to support on any queries you might have, either about the programs, about kind of what are the graduate prospects for when you do these programs. And something I would just add on the graduate prospects is that quite often on the course page, there might be an example of maybe 3 or 4 jobs or companies that recent graduates have gone on to do. But, you know, it's impossible to capture the diversity of our graduate prospects at Surrey. So we have a fantastic graduate employment rate. So 96% of students within the first 6 months of graduating have either secured full-time employment or have gone on to further study, so maybe another master's or PhD program. And that could be in the UK, or it could be much further afield as well. And that's the thing, you know, when it comes to looking for those graduate jobs, with the current graduate route for immigration, you would be eligible to remain and look for work in the UK. But also if you wanted to apply for jobs back in Turkey, or if you suddenly thought, I've always wanted to go and work in the United States of America, then our jobs portal offers international job vacancies. We would be able to have the careers team support you through offering different guides about things you need to look for when you're looking at employment in other countries as well. So, you know, please don't worry if you don't see any graduate jobs listed in Turkey, because often there's only a very small space to pick sort of 3 or 4 opportunities, and there's such a wide range of programs and job opportunities that you can go on to do. Okay, fantastic. So we've had a question about credit transfers. Now, for undergraduate programs, it can sometimes be possible to transfer credits, and this would normally be then to allow you to transfer into the second year of our university program. So we don't allow any transfers into the final year, just because of the level of assessments that you would need to have completed with us. But if that is something that interests you, what we would always say is we'd be looking for you to have a really strong GPA across your modules. And we would also be looking for your modules to be quite similar to those that we offer at Surrey. So they don't have to be identical, but there would need to be a really good overlap in terms of content. And again, this application can be made via UCAS, but it would be for a level 2 application. That essentially means you're coming into year 2 rather than year 1. But for this particular case, I'd say it's always best to just get in touch via email first, so that we can offer some more tailored advice to your particular circumstances. The vast majority of undergraduate courses will consider credit transfers. But, you know, as Emma said, there are some exceptions to that. And as well, it would be really dependent on the specific program that you've currently been taking. Okay, so in terms of the English language requirements, Emma's really kindly shared the link there. As I say, go on and have a look at the current requirements. Due to the pandemic, we're showing more flexibility in terms of the online tests that we'll accept, but every student who applies would need to satisfy the English language policy in some way. So whether that's having taken English as part of the IB, having studied in the UK before, having a particular passport if you have dual nationality, for example, do read through that English language policy. And if in doubt, when you're making an application, upload any evidence that you have of previous qualifications, because that then will hopefully speed up your application process rather than needing to request that at a later date. But also it just helps to give our admissions team the full picture of your previous academic qualifications. And as I said, with this online portal, if there's anything we're unsure about, we'll always just get in touch. Okay, so do we have any more questions at all? I think we've covered.
You've done a brilliant job in covering.
Problem. So I think we've covered the vast majority there. Emma's popped her email in the chat. So make sure that you stay in touch. We hope that you found today really useful. Thank you for joining us. I'm sure it's a very sunny afternoon wherever you're joining us from. It's relatively pleasant in the UK right now, but not quite as warm, I dare say. So thank you again. And if there's anything that we can do, contact us via live chat, contact us via email. And we've really enjoyed speaking to you today, listening to your questions. So a really big thank you from both Emma and I. And thank you, of course, to Zeynep for all your fantastic help and support in organising this session.
Yes, thank you very much, Annie, for your great presentation. And Emma, you covered all of the questions. Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. University of Surrey ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için Annie'nin paylaşmış olduğu mail adresinden iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda linkleri de inceleyebilirsiniz. Yarınki webinarlarımızda görüşmek üzere. Thank you again. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Goodbye.